My husband secretly filed for divorce and told everyone that I was mentally unstable. I stayed silent. But when the judge read the medical report and phone records out loud, the courtroom went completely still. Because the truth was never about me. It's 2 in the morning, and I know you're not asleep. You never are when I call like this. Yeah. I'm okay. No, that's a lie. I'm really not okay. It's just, today, the thing I've been dreading for the last 6 months finally happened. The thing I've been quietly bracing myself for, pretending I was stronger than I felt. Do you remember last year when I told you Mark was acting strange? How he'd only half listen when I spoke, how his eyes slid away from me like I was something inconvenient. You said, maybe it's work stress. Mortgage, kids, life happens. And I agreed, because that's what we do here, right? We explain things away. We swallow discomfort. We tell ourselves this is just marriage in America. Long hours, bills, school drop-offs, exhaustion. And if we're patient enough, things will settle. Then last month, a letter came in the mail. From the court. At first, I honestly thought it was a mistake. Maybe something about property taxes or a clerical error. But then I saw the names printed at the top, in the matter of Mark Wilson versus Emily Wilson. I sat down on the kitchen floor to open it. My hands were shaking the way they do when your card gets declined at Target and there's a long line behind you and everyone suddenly feels closer. He had filed for divorce without telling me. Not only that, he claimed I was mentally unstable. That I imagined things. That I was unsafe around the kids. Can you even process that? 15 years of marriage. PTA meetings, soccer practices, rushed Starbucks runs between errands, bedtime stories, shared calendars. And suddenly, on paper, I was unstable. Unreliable. Dangerous. I didn't confront him. I didn't scream or throw anything or demand explanations. I paid the bills. I drove the kids to school. I folded laundry. And at night, when he slept like nothing was wrong, I started saving things on my phone. Screenshots. Voicemails. Appointment summaries. Receipts from doctor visits. Records of antidepressants he had pushed on me, just to calm you down, he'd said, like I was a problem to be managed. The court date came faster than I expected. I wore the same blue dress I'd worn to your cousin's wedding, the one that makes me feel steady, like I can stand up straight even when my chest is tight. Mark looked confident. His lawyer spoke like the outcome was already decided. At one point he said, very calmly, Mrs. Wilson has a history of emotional instability. I kept my hands folded in my lap. Quiet. The way I had always been. Then the judge said, we will review the medical report. That was the first time I saw Mark blink too hard, like something had caught in his eye. Because the report the judge was holding wasn't the one Mark had submitted. It was mine, from my psychiatrist. It clearly stated that yes, I had anxiety, but that it was the result of prolonged marital gaslighting. It even recommended distance from my spouse as part of treatment. And then came the phone records. God. When the judge started reading the dates and times out loud, 11:47 p.m., 5:12 a.m., numbers that weren't mine. Messages that weren't meant for me. I wish she'd just break already. Once the divorce is done, we're free. The air in that courtroom went heavy. You know that kind of silence? Like an Ohio morning after snowfall. Thick. Unbearable. Mark looked at me then. Really looked at me. And I didn't look away. Because in that moment, I wasn't crazy. I wasn't weak. I was awake. The judge granted me temporary custody and ordered a full investigation. Mark's face, God, I'll never forget it. Like someone had reached into his hands and taken control away. When I walked out of the courthouse, the sun was bright. It looked like any other ordinary day. People were heading to Starbucks, laughing with their kids, checking their phones. The world didn't pause to acknowledge that my life had just cracked open and rearranged itself. I won, yes. But I lost something too. The version of me who blamed herself for everything, that woman is gone. And maybe I lost the simple belief that the truth is always enough on its own. I'm exhausted now. But I'm free. And yes, I'm scared. But this time, I'm not silent. You're there, right? That's enough. If this story moved you, please take a moment to like the video and subscribe to the channel. It truly helps more than you know. Your support allows these real, human stories to reach others who may need them. Thank you for listening, for caring, and for being part of this community.